Very good evening, everyone. We're here at St James's Park. We're in the Allen stand, very kindly joined by Richie Latimer. It's a long time since we've seen you, Richie. So much has happened these last few weeks. We're here to talk about the Cup final, but let's talk about the end of the season. You seem to hit form at a really good time. When I thought you were going to go off the boil, you went the opposite way. And finishing in second place is a marvellous achievement. At one stage, you were chasing Wallerton down as well.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the end of the season?
Fairly seen there. I think we had a very strong end of the season. You know, it's along with all the other teams in the Northern Lines, I think it was 11 games in a month. You know, which is it's crazy. But we've done very, very well. We had a little bit of a wobble. You know, 3 games I think really cost us. Potentially of the league, but again I think Walton had a little bit of a wobble as well, but yeah, we're as many points as we could. We've done really well. We'll find some form. Had some very difficult games, home and away, yeah, very, very happy with how the end of the season finished. You know, some good performances in there as well, some big wins like I said, and unfortunately ran out of games, you know, and I'll say it like I said earlier, you know, congratulations to Wallet. You know, they deserve to win the league. They beat us twice this season, and they've been the most consistent team over the season. You know,
before a ball was kicked, I would have been happy with second. I know you're more critical on yourself. Are you genuinely happy with second the way it panned out towards the end?
Yeah, of course I am. You know, since I came to the club, and I see what first interview was standing across there with Tommy, you know, and talking about where we needed to go as a football club and how we try and achieve that. It's taken 3 years, and we're desperate to win the league, and you know that was what we set out to do at the start of the season. You know, I think every season since I've been here, we've improved. You know, so you know I think we finished 4th last season. So this season we finished 2nd in a very difficult season with all the games getting postponed and the amount of games we had to play. So I am very happy. You know, I'm very happy that we've managed to keep a hold of our full squad. No one's left. We've actually added a couple of players, you know, since sort of January time. So I think second place is brilliant for the club.
Well, go back to the league. You know, you said you've had to improve. Over the 3 years since you've been here, I think the standard of the Northern Alliance Premier Division has improved. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I was speaking funny enough, to Andy Woff, the Fordley manager, before Saturday's game on the phone. And he said something that's right. He says it is a difficult league. You do get, you know, the top teams, you know, getting beat off the teams that are at the bottom. It's a very competitive league, you know. It's an unpredictable league, you know.
We've seen that with some of those words.
You know, they're not always the teams that you think you're going to be playing against, you know. You know, people bring people in, and it is a very difficult league. A very difficult league for everyone. So, yeah, it's just a season that you've got to be happy with second place, you know. Talk about the 3 years I've been here. The first season we finished 9th. Second season I should finish 4th. For this season, 2nd, and hopefully we're a rubber stamp at the minute. We're promoted to the Northern League, so
well, that's what we set out to do. And like you say, we still need the rubber stamp on that.
Yeah.
But that's you've set out to achieve it over your 3 years. Now we know the league season's finished, but brings me beautifully in this interview because it's fantastic to have one more game left to play.
Yeah.
On Thursday night, you're defending the George Dobbins Cup. We're playing at Morpeth Town at Craig Park, 7 o'clock kick-off. If anyone's going to that, if I can just tell all our supporters, please remember it is cash only on the turnstiles on that night. We're going to have a great following from the 472.
Brilliant.
There's going to be a great turnout. We're all looking forward to it. Now, I'm sure the viewers watching this can hear the noise behind us, but that's a big squad you've got out there for your final training session.
Luckily we've been over the last 3 years. It's our 3rd final in 3 years, you know. And it's amazing how many people are fit and players are fit when they come to this time of the season, you know, which is brilliant. You know, it's very difficult. I've said it many times before, you know, when we've had these interviews about cup finals and things like that. As a manager, it's the hardest part of management. You know, league games is not so bad because you've got another league you to play. You know, cup finals are like one-off games, and you have got to leave people out. You know, but with, you know, the lads who have been left out, we left a few out on Saturday against Fordley. You know, it just shows what the lads are like. They all turned up. You know, we had I think we had 24 lads there on Saturday, in the last league game of the season. So they've been a brilliant bunch all season, Love to be able to play them all. I'd love to fit them all in the squad. Sadly, it's not doable, but they'll be there to support. They're all good lads, good characters. So
that's when the job of being the manager really comes into it.
It's a tough sport.
Richie, we know you can do it. We're playing Ponteland. Now, Ponteland have beaten us twice. First game of the season and then towards the end. And for those who don't know, Morpeth Town is a plastic pitch.
Yeah.
So how have you been preparing for this one?
If the crowds of Ponteland, I think they finished, I'm not sure, I think it was there, it was 8th or 9th, I think it was, mid-table. But I mean, again, new manager in the sort of start of the season, he's done very, very well as a team. Obviously, they beat us twice this season. So they're no mugs, It's a game that we'll be taking very, very seriously. Obviously, you look for a little bit of payback for them 6 points they've lost in the league. But it's a game. Obviously, you've mentioned Morpeth Town. It's probably for me it's the best artificial pitch in the northeast. It's probably the most nearest you can get to sort of grass. They've got a very, very good setup there. But Ponteland's scored 5 past us this season.
Mm-hmm.
I know, in a team that's only conceded 25 goals for the full season, it's a big portion of goals we've conceded.
That's a good statistic you've pulled out the bag there.
Obviously, you've mentioned training. We're working on some bits and pieces tonight. But yeah, we'll be going in that, as we always do, full of confidence, hope to get a win.
And just before we finish off, you've been down, although you're training, you've been doing a bit of promotional work. I think Kieran Cromley's come up with the goods again, has he not?
As per usual, Keys has. Again, he was a player when I first came into the club. He's always stayed in touch since he obviously decided to go elsewhere and play, just to keep playing. But he's more than a mate. He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant for Alnwick Town. He's always sponsoring games. He's come up with the goods again with the warm-up tops.
Ready for Thursday night.
Yeah.
Kieran Cromley Electrical, that is.
He's been there for the last 3 years for. Again, I'd like to thank Keys off for all his support, as per usual. Hopefully, we'll get a good win for him as well.
And just before we do finish off, I'm certainly hoping we do get to talk to you after a great win on Thursday night, hopefully. But a huge thank you to all our sponsors, Match Ball, the actual match, anyone advertising around the ground. I'm sure we'd all like to see a huge thank you to everyone for joining in with the ride.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, the sponsors, they're a huge part of, where we want to go, and, the support we're for many, many seasons, so, and especially as of late, we're starting to get a few more through the door, and obviously, you fellas here doing the interviews obviously raised the profile a little bit, which is great, because obviously the company's coming in, I've got a bit of coverage as well.
Exactly.
But no, it's massive for work. Obviously, I really, really appreciate all the help, as I do used to, obviously you two don't get a mention.
We don't mind that.
Obviously, Tommy, the chairman, it's nice to get the end of the season with one game left, which is lovely for us. It's a cup final. Hopefully finish off on a high. But all the hard work that goes into the season kind of go unnoticed either. So, obviously appreciate everything you do, everyone. Tommy, Rob, Ian, go on, and Lingwood, it's been fantastic.
Well, the whole town is thoroughly looking forward to Thursday night. We wish you all the best. I think we've kept you long enough. I think you've got to have a look at some of them players and take a good look. But Richie, on behalf of the football club, on behalf of the town, thanks for everything you've done over the last 3 years. Great finishing second. And come here, all the best.
Thank you very much, lads.
For Thursday night.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Richie
Latimer.
Latimer.
All on Thursday night.
We'll be there.
With the 472. Appreciate it, lads. Thank you very much.